welcome back to the Tarot Cottage. My name is Amy. I'm back today with a pick a card reading for you. If you're one of my returning subscribers, thank you guys so much for your support of me. Thank you so much for coming back to this channel and supporting each other as well. A big congratulations to this month's winner of the free reading. And if you are interested in being entered for a free reading yourself, please subscribe to the channel, hit your notification bell, and drop me a comment below so that I can get some words of encouragement to you and enter you in for that reading. If you have stumbled upon this channel for the very first time, please welcome. Pull up a chair, grab yourself a cup of tea and some snacks, and we're going to have a little chat because we're all friends when we gather around my table. So today we are looking at, this is actually a requested video from my comment section, and we're looking at what does the person on your mind think of you? So what is their opinion of you? How do they feel about you? Maybe you're just interested in this person. Maybe you're in no contact. But what is their opinion? How do they feel about you right this moment? We have 3 piles for you to choose from. Pile number 1 here with the flamingo spirit and this cream colored flower. Pile number 2 with the dog spirit and the brown-eyed Susie. And pile number 3 with the rhino spirit and the pink rose. So whichever pile or piles are calling out to you, there may be a message waiting for you from Spirit today, and my timestamps will be listed below. I am going to jump right into pile number 1. Again, today's topic is the person on your mind. What do they think of you? Pile 1. Hello everybody. In pile number 1, you were drawn to the cream colored flower. And perhaps to this flamingo spirit, and this is your reading. The person that you're thinking about right this moment, what do they think about you? What is their opinion of you? How do they feel about you? And we're starting here with the flamingo spirit. And it says embrace the in-between on this card, and we have a 2 and a 6 at the top, equaling an 8, which means it could require some effort and ingenuity perhaps to end some type of no contact situation here, potentially in this connection, and there is a call to sort of embrace this time and use it for good for good purposes. So you could be in no contact with this person and they're trying to make the best out of the situation, but we will see what is going on in this connection, and we'll see what are they thinking about you. So what does this person, pile 1, what do they think about pile number 1? What do they think of you? We have the 8 of Pentacles. It could be a very long separation, actually, from what is being shown to me here. And there is this message coming through that despite the perhaps years here with the 8 of Pentacles, perhaps the years in between here that you have not seen this person or heard from them, that they have not actually waned in any of their feelings for you with that King of Cups. They could be a water sign, a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. They don't have to be. What do they think of you? What are their thoughts of you? How do they feel about pile number 1? Ooh. So we have some things going on here, pile 1. We have the 7 of Wands. We have the 8 of Swords. We have the King of Swords, and there's like this feeling of tremendous amount of affection for you because the King of Cups is present, but there are obstacles here, and it could be the timing. It could just be right person, wrong time type of energy, but they feel restricted to be able to approach you at this time, which is sort of bringing me back to this flamingo message of embracing that in between, because there is this period of disconnect between the two of you, and they feel like the only logical thing they can do during this time, that it doesn't make sense to wallow perhaps in that sadness. It doesn't make sense to do that because they don't know how to navigate around the obstacles that are in front of you, but they're trying to make the best out of the disconnect here. But they do have a lot of things that they wish that they could express to you. We have the 6 of Swords on the back of the deck, which shows that things were left a little bit up in the air between the two of you, and there are some things that they wish that you understood. What do they think about pile 1, please? We have the Death card. And there's the Queen of Cups underneath that Death card. I'm just going to do that, I think. So look, and I just saw the Wheel of Fortune as well. They do wish that they could have some type of reconnection with you, or even a closure. I feel like they really wish that there could be some type of closure between the two of you. If that's the least that they could get out of the situation, I feel like they wish they could have that. But there is this interesting dynamic between that King of Cups and the Queen of Cups that just showed herself. It's like this, it's like two ships passing in the night. Two people who are very well matched to each other. And then there's the Six of Wands and the Ace of Cups. They do think about you all of the time, and I feel like this is something that they do not sort of talk about to every person, and I feel like they do try to remain optimistic during this time as well. I think that this person is very intelligent, and I think that that optimism serves them well in life because it allows them to keep a certain amount of perspective about things, which allows them not to fall into a type of despair here, because even though they feel disconnected, there's no real feelings of despair because they're trying to embrace this in between. The Wheel of Fortune that just showed itself to me is really speaking to me about fate and how they feel like this could be fated to reconnect in the future. Can we clarify the Eight of Pentacles, please? What do they think of pile number one? Their current thoughts and feelings. There's the Wheel of Fortune. It's like if we work long enough and hard enough, and if we keep focused on movement and goals. Here's the beautiful Empress with the Page of Cups. If we keep focused on these goals, that eventually we could have a new opportunity, a new emotional start that could come up unexpectedly. And I feel like that optimistic hopefulness is sort of sweet, really, in a way, because I feel like this is right where you left them. If it's been years since you've seen them, they have evolved from this Page of Cups to this King of Cups, but when it comes to you, they have not evolved. When it comes to you, it's like you thrust them right back into this state of puppy love, or maybe someone who followed you around a little bit back in the day. But here's the Tower showing itself. So there could be reasons why they aren't able to approach you at this time. Perhaps it's your position, perhaps it's their position, but they're being patient. The only logical thing they feel like they can do is work on what's sitting right in front of them. And there's a sense of patience about them. Sometimes the Seven of Pentacles is called the Impatience card, but I'm not getting impatience this time. I feel like they're being very sort of logical. Two of Swords. What do we think about you? And we have the Queen of Wands here. You could be a Leo, Aries, Sagittarius potentially. We have the Three of Swords, and there's the Ace of Wands. There is a certain amount of sadness being presented here with that Three of Swords. And I can't lie and say that sometimes that Three of Swords isn't a reflection of the state that they're in right now in the current energy with the present energy of the Eight of Swords. It could be that's what is causing them to be patient. They could feel stuck in some type of third party. So take that as it resonates. That's not for everybody. They do think about you all of the time. Ace of Wands and the Page of Wands. And it's interesting that they present themselves as this King of Pentacles, as somebody mature, as somebody who knows what they're doing, somebody who is sort of a leader in their own right. And yet when they think about you, they're thrust back to this state of the page. It's like they are out of your league, or they put you up on a pedestal, or again, you send them back to a time and a place, even though you've evolved as well. You've grown, you've matured. There is a sense of indecision with the Two of Swords. Sometimes that's, here's the Hierophant though. So there could be an actual position of authority that they present themselves in. And when I say that, I mean there could be a marriage involved. So take that as it resonates. Not for everyone, but there could be their roles or placements is what they have a difficult time choosing between, because something has to sort of end in order for this sunshine to brighten up. So you definitely could be a Leo, because I'm getting very strong Leo vibes. Like that's what they want to head towards, is this Leo energy. And confidence is the key to our success in that respect. We do have the Page of Swords showing itself as well. So they are keeping tabs on you if they are able to. And this could be somebody that you actually did go to school with for a time as well, or perhaps you worked with them in the past. But it's like they're trying to make the best out of the situation that they are presented with at this time. What do they think about pile one, please? What are their current thoughts about pile one? Wildflowers, wanting to renew this romance, wanting fresh beginnings, wanting new starts here, and thinking that it's sort of faded. If I'm honest, the King of Cups, the Empress, these are soulmate type of energies for me. If you subscribe to that idea, not everybody does, but it does feel very much connected to your charts. We have the Wall, and it's in the reverse, and I feel like that's an important placement for that card. We also have the Book in reverse too on the back of the deck. Again, I feel like that's important because I feel like they didn't speak their mind in the past when it comes to you. And I feel like these were walls that they built up out of insecurity that now need to come crumbling down. And I feel like there's an irony here now because there were metaphorical walls in the past, and I feel like there are physical things that break or that stop them from approaching you at this time. So now it's like a physical constructs that need to be broken down, whereas before it was just our emotional insecurities that held us back. Thoughts. We have past life relationship. You've known each other before, and with these types of really strong connections, you may have spent multiple lifetimes with this person navigating some type of connection. We also have you deserve love. You are lovable. Back of the deck says, let go of control issues and allow this situation to unfold naturally. I feel like they understand that there's, at this very present moment, there doesn't seem to be an open doorway to this connection, and they're trying to go with that flow. They're trying not to let that kind of fill them with despair, because that's not, I feel like they're intelligent, and logically that doesn't make sense to them to allow that to thrust them into despair. So they are trying to be patient amidst this weight. They are trying to embrace that in between, and that's a very positive thing to do. What do they think of you? What are their current thoughts, please? They're very much attracted to you, but there's something intimidating about you as well, I have to say, here at the Queen of Wands. You know, I feel like they worry about the timing and your expectation or your opinion of that timing, because we have runner in a codependent relationship, fear of intimacy and listening to ego. That could be what kept them from expressing themselves in the past in this connection. We also have love, unconditional love, self-love, oneness, passion, affection, and attraction. Lots of attraction. And that King of Cups is a sense of and a source of permanent types of love. The King and Queen of Cups both like to keep that cup full. And when they're focused on someone, they're very focused on someone. We do have separation though here, sadness and missing you, thinking about you, yearning for you, unsure of the future. So it's not that that sadness doesn't exist. It's that they don't want to maintain that sadness all the time. So they would rather think about you. And sometimes they think about you in a very fiery way as well. But right now they feel like there's a bit of a hopelessness setting in. They don't know if or how they can navigate around the situation. So they're just trying to go with the flow. Let's get some eternal messages here. What do they think of pile 1, please? What are their thoughts on pile 1? We have, I want commitment with you, but just not yet. I'm trying to figure everything out with this flamingo energy. Perhaps they're really working on their coin with the 7 and 8 of Pentacles. We have, I have a lot of gratitude for you. I'm so attracted to you. You do not know what you do to me. You don't know what you do to me, and it's because they are really good at wearing masks. They're really good at hiding how they feel, and I feel like that's a trend for this person from the past for different reasons now, but I've thought about you spending time with me and my family. They could have children. I will say that. They could have children here, because I just got this vibe of like wanting to blend families. Oops, the sexual thoughts that run through my mind about this beautiful queen. And it's all about energy. You don't have to be resonating with the female. It's all about energy. It has nothing to do with gender. Back of the deck says, I do talk about you. Their thoughts of you. What do they think of you? What are their thoughts of you right this moment, please? I would like to grow old with you. And it wanted to come out reverse, because I feel like right now it's not a possibility, but that's the fantasy here. That's the fantasy, is growing old with you. I'm getting back on my feet. It's the Hanged Man, the number 12. And that is a surrender card. A sense of surrender to the situation, a sense of a weight, of going with the flow. Sometimes it can talk about an inability, or this attitude of an inability to be able to act, but they're not sure about everything right this moment. Do you even want me back? I had blinders on with the Two of Swords right underneath, and there's someone else, so definitely could be a third party situation. The blinders on, I feel like they thought they had more time. I feel like they thought that they had more time in the past. Make you jealous on the back of the deck. They could be in a situation where you do get jealous over them. Where is that little deck? I'm making plans. What are their thoughts of you, group number 1? And I want to take a risk with you. And that's exactly what this Page of Wands does. He takes a risk, and he's adventurous, and he goes after these fantasies, these inspired thoughts. The truth of this connection lays hidden. There's a lot to be explained and said between the two of you. An honest, open, vulnerable conversation could really work wonders here. And we have, I'm hung up right now, the Hanged Man. Oh, and I have a family. So please take that as it resonates. Not obviously not for everyone, but there is somebody watching that is going to apply to. I've been meaning to tell you something. I've been hiding how I feel about you, and I have done that for a really long time. My feelings for you have to be kept a secret, and I have been deceitful. Back of this deck says, I am stuck in a karmic cycle at the moment. So that could be the family cycle or the family situation that they could find themselves in. So please take that as it resonates. Let's get a charm bowl for you, group number 1. A charm bowl, please. What do they think about you, group number 1? In the bowl today, what do they think about pile number 1, please, Spirit? The Queen of Pentacles in the reverse, the Seven of Wands reversed, the King of Cups. That King of Cups showing up a lot, so definitely could be a water sign here, but also just representing the amount of affection that they have for you. Truly, it's a beautiful card of love. Now, we do have the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse position, and sometimes she can be someone who is, you know, someone who is intimidating, someone who cares about what other people think about her, and this could have been the impression that you gave them in the past potentially here, but there's also a concern about pushing through the obstacles between you and affecting this position that you hold and being a detriment to that position. And sometimes the Seven of Wands in the reverse can really speak to someone who is quitting or stalling out before they even attempt at the moment, because they're trying to embrace this in between. They're trying to just put the effort into the current situation that they find themselves in. When truly these obstacles are not obstacles we cannot overcome. Okay, what do we have in the bowl today? We have the W and the T. We have beauty, whoops, in the bowl. We have a world marble because somebody is wanting closure. Oh, we also have a V. I didn't see it. We do have an empty heart, and it's a big empty heart. And I really think of the King of Cups when I see this big empty heart. I feel like this person could get emotional when it comes to you, but they feel like they have to rein it in with logic, because here is the Owl. We do have a cupcake here, which is my symbol for someone who wants their cake and eat it too. It's like they want everything in life. They want you, but they don't want to necessarily shake up what's going on in their life right this moment. We have the ice pick, picking away at a rough, tough exterior. We also have the sea horse here going with the flow, trying to embrace that in between. All right, group number 1, that's what I have for you today. I hope that it resonated, and if it did, I would love to hear your story in the comments section. I would love for you to subscribe to this channel. I would love for you to come back here. I would love for you to go to my Instagram account as well. I do offer a chance to win a free mini read over there on a monthly basis, so check that out. And I do offer private readings through my Etsy page. If you go there and it's empty, it just means I have sold out from the previous day, but I do update the shop daily, so keep checking back. But I hope you come back here on another day at the Tarot Cottage, and I hope that you have a beautiful day today. Take care. Hello everybody, in group number 2, you were drawn to this beautiful brown-eyed Susie, or to the dog spirit here, and this is your reading. The person on your mind, what do they think of you? What are their thoughts of you right this moment? The dog spirit here says be loyal to what you love. And I do feel, I almost get like these vibes of like the 9 of Cups with the Ace of Cups with the 1 and the 9 and not being able to be together for some reason, but there's a loyalty here. It gives me 6 of Cups vibes for some reason as well. So there's a loyalty here, and I feel like this person is loyal to you, and I feel like their affection for you will probably withstand the tests of time. But let's take a look at the tarot and see what are their thoughts of you right this moment. What do they think of you, pile 2? What do they think of you, pile 2? What do they think of you, pile number 2? And we have the 3 of Cups, and we have the Queen of Wands. You could be a Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. Perhaps they are as well. There is something that they have been wanting to express to you for a long time. You can see the volcano in the back of this card wanting to erupt. It's getting very angry back there. But there is a really strong sense of friendship here, especially with this dog spirit. You know, dogs are a man's best friend. And here's the 3 of Cups. This beautiful card of friendship, a card of reunion, someone who used to have a lot of fun with you, and they wish for that again. And also they want you to know that they are still your friend, that they are loyal to you. Even though there's something else that brews inside of them for you, even though there's an attraction for you that maybe they have hidden for a really long time, they want you to know that ultimately they are loyal to you. We have the 5 of Cups, and they have a lot of regret for the things they did or did not do in the past. And that holds them back as well. It holds them back from being able to see potential in other places or in this connection. You can even see this sort of ominous hand reaching out and keeping this person stagnant, and keeping them from being able to look and turn around and see that there's still 2 of Cups sitting there in front of them. So this person reflects a lot upon the shoulda, coulda, wouldas in this connection, and it really does hold them back from being able to see what's right in front of them and the offers that come in. I just saw the World. What do they think about pile number 2, please? We have the 4 of Swords. They think about the disconnect a lot, and the 4 of Swords is supposed to be a card of healing. It's supposed to be a card of meditation and relaxation and sort of reflection. But this one is very, it's very kind of violent and restrictive, and I feel like this person does not enjoy this in between. I don't feel like they enjoy the disconnect, and it's something that is painful for them. And I just saw the 10 of Cups too, so it stops them from being able to have that emotional fulfillment. Here's the 7 of Wands. There's a definite loyalty in the 7 of Wands, a determination to push through things. And here comes the Sun, because you are the sun, because you are this beautiful brightness, and because they're separated from this, it's like they don't see the sun at all. It's dark where they are because they don't see the sun, and it is kind of a tormented feeling that I'm getting, that they didn't express themselves. It's like they realize that they are their own worst enemy in this situation, and that they did this to themselves, and that's such a frustrating thing for them with this Knight of Swords. But it's like they didn't know. Oh, there's the 6 of Cups. It's like they didn't know what your reaction would be if they came forward and said anything to you at the time, so they bit their tongue, or they kept themselves restricted, and now they are really feeling the consequences of that. But they would really love a reunion. Can we clarify, please, the Queen of Wands? What do they think of how to, please? The Queen of Swords. They're very intimidated by you. The Queens of Wands and Swords, it's like they were intimidated by you in the dynamic of this friendship in the past. And they were really uncertain whether or not you would reject them or not. I don't know if you gave them mixed messages, because they're saying you gave me mixed messages here, and so I wasn't confident in my ability to express myself and feel like you are going to accept me. Here's the Empress, which is interesting because the Empress was in the exact same position in pile number 1, so there could be a message waiting for you there as well. They really feel like you could have been the one. It's like you're the one that got away. I keep hearing that song from Katy Perry, The One That Got Away. And I'm hearing it, to be honest, I'm hearing it from the Divine Masculine's point of view, because I'm hearing it. I know this maybe doesn't even make a difference to anybody, but I'm hearing it in the Boyce Avenue version, not the Katy Perry version. So the masculine towards the feminine energy, the one that got away, yeah. And they still put you on that pedestal. They're very intimidated by you, and rightfully so, because they say that you're like beautiful and gorgeous, and you're a light. It's like you light up the room. What do they think of you? We have the Two of Pentacles. I feel like they're really busy juggling a lot of different things in their life right now. It could be school and work, it could be home lives, but they're super busy right now juggling things. But nothing can allow them to escape their thoughts of you. Because no matter what they're juggling in life, this is always an extra burden. We have 8 of Wands. And they think about you a lot, and they really wish that they could communicate with you. I feel like you could live far away from this person, because they'd like to fly to you, like literally. They want to travel to you and express. And that could be an obstacle in this connection too, is the distance as well now. And we have the King of Swords. Back of the deck is the King of Pentacles and the 10 of Wands. And this 10 of Wands particularly there's the 4 of Wands. Oh, it's like they didn't speak their truth, and they had this opportunity to walk through a gateway with you, but their ego stopped them. Their insecurity stopped them. Their fear of rejection stopped them. And now it's like this reality is set in. And now they can't foresee how to navigate around the situation that the two of you find yourselves in here. But they do say that you're so well matched. You could perhaps potentially even both be air signs, so take that as it resonates. That's not necessarily, there could be a fire sign here with an air sign as well. But it's like it just fanned higher and higher, and that's exactly what Spirit's showing me with the 8 of Wands. It's like the fuel between the two of you is just fanning higher and higher and higher. What are their thoughts of pile number 2, please? You have new love, a new person that stirred your romantic feelings. And you could have moved forward. You could have moved forward into a new life, so to speak, quote unquote, because they're saying you may be the one juggling a lot of responsibilities right now too. And I feel like there could have been a very abrupt ending for somebody. I feel like they didn't get a chance to say how they felt, and then perhaps you ended it quickly, or ended this friendship quickly, or walked away, or things shifted very quickly here, because it's like I ran out of time because maybe somebody else came into the mix at that time, or something else got your attention. We have here, release your ex. The time has come to clear your energy. And the back of the deck says, past life relationship, you have known each other before, and there are very strong energies between the two of you here. Now this release your ex card could really be, their desire to free themselves of this burden, wanting to sort of put an end to the suffering that they feel like they're having. They do want to communicate things to you, but that's the obstacle here, is being able to push through and be able to step out of their comfort zone, or even perhaps in some cases out of their position now, because things could have shifted and changed for them, and out of these roles that they've placed themselves in order to communicate how they feel. And it's starting to, I feel like it's been pressuring or pressurized. It's been in that pressurized state for a really long time, and it continues to be. Have heart with a key, welcoming love, meeting the one, opening your heart, getting together, and perfect. And that's what they wanted to do. They wanted to unlock their secrets and tell you how they felt. But now there's so much regret behind that. This Five of Cups keeps grabbing my attention. There's so much regret upon not speaking how they felt. We also have here, I like you. Someone likes you. Romance is blooming, fun flirting, wanting to date you. And these are such innocent feelings that they carry forth from the past. And things have changed and shifted for both of you, but the innocence remains. I don't feel like you ever got with this person potentially here. We have lightning, sudden change, shocking news, surprise, upheaval, transformation, and perhaps this Queen of Swords was the person who ushered in that shift and that change. Perhaps there was a sudden change in your situation that caused you to sort of walk away from the situation, and they want a reunion. What do they think of you? We have solitude. Oh, you can see she's holding a broken heart. The birds are not in flight. There's these dolls around her. The symbol of like the past or childhood in this connection. They reminisce about the past quite a bit. And these birds that are they feel frozen in place. They feel frozen in place. They feel frozen in time when it comes to how they feel about you, and that's a struggle for them. And I feel sometimes they think that logically that doesn't make sense. We have this King of Swords trying. It's like things are going so slow. Here's the mushrooms. It's been such a slow, it was such a slow progression in the past for them, and that's why maybe this Queen of Swords got frustrated. And now things are just as slow because the energy we fed into this current situation is a slow-moving energy, and so it continues to feel slow. We do have bravery here on the back of the deck. And we have the Sun, so there's a very strong Leo vibe here. But the bravery card does speak to what is required here, and what was required, and what still is required to push through obstacles, to communicate how we feel, to get past our own positions and our own fears. What are they thinking about you right this moment, please, using the Hermit Tarot here? We have, you are wrong. Now is not the time. I would do anything for you. And I feel like they kick themselves a lot. I feel like they kick themselves all of the time. It's like they would gear themselves up to say something and then they wouldn't do it. But I feel like they are a very decent person, and I feel like they are very loyal to you and would do anything for you. And I love that that card came out with the dog spirit, but they kick themselves for the weight and the hesitation, even though I feel like not much has changed for them in that regard, but they kick themselves for the hesitation. I think we should slow down. And yet here's the mushrooms. Kind of an ironic statement coming out with the mushroom cards, because things have been so slow. It's almost a sarcastic type of message coming through with the King and Queen of Swords. Both there's a sarcastic wit here that maybe this person is really known for. I need more time, because nothing's really changed. If they were insecure in the past and they didn't feel the courage to step forward, I feel like that something shifted in their situation now that causes them the inability to step forward. Because will you choose me? Are there other situations here now that require our attention? What do they think about pile number 2, please? I'm haunted by this connection. And that Five of Cups is really haunting. This Release Your Ex card, it's like, I want to be able to move forward. I don't want to be I don't want to be anchored down by this situation because I kept seeing a ball and chain. I can't make the first move towards you. Something about their position. They could be deeply rooted in something right now. King of Pentacles can sometimes be a father figure, so take that as it resonates. I do want to see you again. And I replay everything that happened in my mind. Oops. I did not follow my heart because I was afraid of rejection back then. And not much has changed for them. They are still afraid of that rejection. Let's get some written cards here of how they're feeling about you right this moment. How do they feel, Spirit, about group 2? I want to talk with you. It's like pure and simple. I just want to speak with you. How about you? What they want to tell you. How are they thinking about you? Do you ever think about us? Somehow I'm going to make this happen. But I want to know, is the risk worth the reward? Still, not much has happened. Not much has shifted for them as far as their courage or their ability to push through, because they are really insecure. Truce. And I'm pushing my feelings aside for you. I'm not going to make it. Overwhelmed. Reality, grief setting in. It says, I'm sorry, I'm done. It's like the 10 of Swords. Back of the deck says, I stay away, but not because I want to, on the back of that deck. All right, group number 2. Let's get a charm bowl for you. This person on your mind. What do they think about you? What are their thoughts of you right this moment in the bowl? The High Priestess reversed. The 7 of Cups and the 5 of Cups again in the bowl. Oh my goodness, it's such a sad, low energy. They are really insecure because they don't know how you feel, and I feel like that feeling has been plaguing them for a long time. And it's not a reflection of you, it's a reflection of where they're coming from. Like they don't have a very high opinion of themselves, or they have a really high opinion of you in some cases, but they don't know how you feel, and they fantasize about you a lot, and I feel like they had multiple opportunities to express themselves to you in the past, and they allowed their insecurities to really take hold, and they didn't trust their own insights. This queen, I call her the queen, and she kind of is. The High Priestess in the reverse position is really showing somebody who doesn't listen to their higher self. They're blocking that insight. They're avoiding conflict, avoiding the hard work, and they have paid for that. But they're kind of stuck in that past. They're stuck in that place. Pile number 3, please. Oh, we got the sword out. Oh, he got a lot today. Okay, so we have the money bags, and we have the King of Pentacles. So they could be very focused on building coin or be very concerned about that. We do have the K, letter K. We have learn and make. They've learned from their past mistakes. We have the fish going with the flow. We have the sword. So the King and Queen of Swords are here. So there could be an air sign that we're dealing with. We also have the Rose of Hope. I think about St. Teresa when I see that Rose of Hope. I see the Chewbacca charm too, and the Chewbacca charm is a charm for me about someone with a very narrow, nerdy interest. So they could have been someone who was maybe considered themselves a nerd, and I don't mean any offense by that. I'm a complete nerd myself. We have here the star imagery with the fairy. Somebody who put you up on a pedestal, but also somebody who kind of hoped and still hopes for something that they deemed to be impossible or out of my reach. We have the cat, claiming our independence, Leo energy. We have the hammer, putting in all that effort now, perhaps towards that coin. We have Sagittarius in the bowl. We have here another kitty cat, so definitely could be Leo energy. And we have the mermaid in the bowl, which is a siren. A siren that lures me to my death at times, or to something that is not positive. All right, group 2, that's what I have for you today. I hope that it resonated. If it did, I would love for you to subscribe to the channel and hit your notification bell and drop me a comment below so that I can enter you in for a chance to win a free reading with me. You can check out my Etsy page for a personal reading. You can check out my Instagram page, but I really hope that you come back here and visit me on another day at the Tarot Cottage, and I hope you have a beautiful day. Take care. Hello everybody, in pile number 3, you were drawn to this beautiful red rose or pink rose. I don't even know where I'm going to put it. Right there. And this is the Rhino Spirit. And this is your reading. The person on your mind, what do they think about you? What are their thoughts of you right this moment? The Rhino Spirit here says overcome any obstacle. And that's a very determined energy. And the 5 and 0, you know, really talks to obstacles that may exist in this connection. Perhaps a disconnect, perhaps a no contact situation. Whatever the case may be, there are things that divide the two of you that this person feels really determined to overcome. But also there's a bit of a jealous flare coming up out of this person as well. So they definitely think in very jealous terms when it comes to you at times as well. So please take that as it resonates. But let's get some messages from this person. What do they think about you? What are their thoughts of you right this moment? What do they think about you, this person on pile 3's mind? What do they think? So we have the 5 of Swords coming out first. We also have the 5 of Cups. So there's a very strong, with this Rhino Spirit, with the 5 here, we have the 5 of Swords, we have the 5 of Cups. And this 5 speaking to me about jealousy and insecurities and having to push through the obstacles in this connection. There's a lot of regrets here. I don't know if there were conflicts like that resulted in even like arguments in the past of this connection, but there's just a lot of regrets on the things that happened or didn't happen here. So much so that they have a really hard time seeing the light sometimes, or keeping a positive perspective. What do they think of you? Thank you, Spirit. We have here the Wheel of Fortune. They feel like despite everything, as much as they do get into bouts of despair, and I do feel like they do get into bouts of despair, despite everything, they feel like it couldn't possibly be over. Like it couldn't possibly be. Here's the Magician. Yeah. What do they think of you? We have the 6 of Swords. Back of the deck is the Fool. And they do have this attitude that, like, if they got another opportunity, they would definitely take it, that they would risk that, because they have things that they want to communicate with you specifically, because the Magician is being ruled by Mercury, which is the communication planet, and they have things that they have to get off of their chest to bring themselves this peace that is not present for them. Can we please clarify the 5 of Swords? What do they think of pile 3, please? What are their current thoughts? We have the 3 of Swords. They definitely fall into despair. And sometimes, you know, sometimes that despair really hits them hard because there's just such a strong sense of disappointment and sadness. And sometimes, you know, with the 5 of Swords, the 3 of Swords, this is a card of great conflict of like, how do we navigate around this? How do we navigate around this? And this 3 of Swords, and I'm going to clarify it in a moment, but the 3 of Swords can really talk about too many cooks in the kitchen. That could be an obstacle in this connection. So take that as it resonates. There could be other people that are creating more obstacle. You have the 8 of Wands. They think about communicating with you and traveling to you. They think about rushing towards you with nary a plan, I feel like, as well. Like just pushing through everything, because that's really what this 8 of Wands talks about. It's pushing through that 7 of Wands, which is this obstacle. It's like charging in. And what I'm seeing in my mind, I don't know if you were, when you were a kid, if you ever played Red Rover, where you hold hands with people and you yell, Red Rover, I call Cassie over, and Cassie comes running through and tries to break through the chain, so to speak. And that's what I'm seeing, is this desire to just break through all of this sadness that they're feeling. What do they think of pile number 3, please? They don't feel like they're in control of the situation, though. 6 of Cups, but they do want a beautiful reunion. And this is somebody who could have been even friends with you in the past, in some sort of complicated friendship, though, with the 6 of Cups, because it is one of desire and love and longing. But there's an innocence about it, too. There's an innocence about it of wanting this reconnection and almost expecting it, because this is a connection that defies types of logic. It defies reason sometimes, and it thrusts us into the past. And sometimes we see that past in a rosy-colored light that it doesn't even deserve, because this person feels so special to us. And that's really what this is representing, a sense of fate here. And things that they have to get off of their chest. It's like, I have things I have to say to you. And it's like, I can't see any movement for myself unless I say what I have to say. It's almost like they're saying, that's how I'm going to regain the power over myself. They're convinced of this, and I have to kind of put a little aside, is that Spirit says they're convinced of this, but it's more of a reflection of where they're sitting in their own confidence and their own ability to navigate their own, spiritual ascension. It's more about them than it is about you, but they have convinced themselves that this is a obstacle that they need to push through to regain some sort of power over themselves, power over their own life, power over the situation. Here's the Emperor. Yeah, they want to feel powerful again. We have Awakening in the 2 of Cups. Oh, and they want to let you know what they've realized too. What they've realized, that's really what they want to express to you, what they have realized here. Here's the 2 of Cups. Back of deck is the Page of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles. It's like they've had these epiphanies when it comes to you with this Judgment card, and they want a do-over. Like, they want something more. And they also are really adamant. They think a lot about putting in a lot of effort towards that. It's like, I will do what I have to do, and I will take my time, and I will create something bit by bit and show you every single day that I can give you what you need and what you deserve, because there's a beautiful Queen of Wands. And she's been really showcasing herself a lot lately, this Queen of Wands. The cheetah on the inside of this card is really reminding me of that Fool that we saw earlier. It's like, I'm waiting for an opportunity. I'm waiting for the universe to open up a way, and then I'm gonna take that, because they've had these epiphanies and they want to communicate that to you. But I do want to clarify that 3 of Swords, please, Spirit. Can you tell me about that 3 of Swords? What does this person think about pile 3? What do they think? What's the 3 of Swords about? We have the Page of Wands. There's a lot of desire for you in the Page of Wands. There's a lot of fire, adventure, curiosity, wanting to sort of unwrap you if you're this type of present to them. We have the 3 of Swords, Knight of Pentacles, Ace of Imps, 8 of Wands. It's like something pulls them back down to earth every time they think about stepping out and reaching out, or stepping out and acting upon their desires towards you. And it could just be their insecurities, their own fear of, yep, there's the 9 of Swords, back of deck, their own anxieties that hold them back in this situation. What do they think of pile 3, please? What do they think? What do they think of pile 3? We have the Community. And we also have the Wall card showing itself as well. Back of this deck is the Noose, self-sabotage. And that's this person's issue, is this self-sabotage. Their own insecurities, their own fears get in their own way. This wall, the same wall that they built up to protect themselves, is now the same wall that they need to overcome, they need to push through. This community talks about helping each other. It's about helping hands, people coming together to help each other. And to be honest, it almost feels like this person could be someone who seeks help for anxiety or that type of situation in the community as well. So take that as it resonates. But the noose on the back of the deck, and there's the lantern, it talks about how they maybe always are their own worst enemy. They're always missing opportunities, or they did in the past, and now they're really stuck in this sadness. And there could be a very strong depression that this person does kind of have to grapple with. So please take that as, and that's a very strong message. It's not for everyone, but I am dealing with the collective energy here. But for somebody, this person does grapple with very negative thoughts at times. What do they think of you? Playfulness, flirty with you. To recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. And that's truly what they need to do in order to elevate their own energy, is to just find some playfulness, make time for play. But there could have been a lot of flirtation between the two of you in the past. And we have, you deserve love, you are lovable. Let go of control issues, allow the situation to unfold naturally. And I feel like they aren't, as much as there was a pile, I think it was pile 1 that was more about going with the flow and being able to allow things to kind of evolve. This person can't do that. They have a really hard time just letting things go, just letting things ride, and they get overwhelmed with anxiety about it. It's like they have a really hard time staying in the present moment. They stack up a lot of depression from the past and a lot of anxiety for the future. And it's something I feel like that they do have to contend with a lot in their everyday life. What do they want? What do they think of when they think of group number 3, please? What would they like to say? What do they think? I'm not used to a connection like this, so I run. I run from it. And I know more than you think. So they could be keeping tabs on you. We also have, I have inner childhood wounds, and that's definitely is coming out here. And that's the other thing that Spirit really wants to express, is that this person's depression and sadness does not stem from you or the disconnect. It doesn't stem from that. It's sort of a symptom, how they react to you, how they navigate this connection, how they did in the past, how they continue to, is a symptom of these deeper things that have gone on. I'm done running from this connection. I want an opportunity to speak, and you really have been by my side, and I do cherish you for that. So there's a thank you coming forward, some gratitude. They do regret walking away from this connection. Oops. What do they think of you? Pile number 3. What do they think of you? I need more balance in my life. And that's like literal. They need more balance. They need more grounding in their life. They are a little bit up and down emotionally. They need more to maintain more control. And they have sort of focused hard on this disconnect of this connection to highlight the deficits within themselves. But that, again, that's something that they're doing to themselves. If I follow you, I could lose everything. There could be something about their position that causes them here at the Knight of, the Emperor with the Magician. They could be in a position of power of some kind. We have some physical desire for you being expressed here with that beautiful Queen of Wands that we saw earlier, and the 8 of Wands, of course. I just wish that things were different right now. I just wish that everything was different. Now is not the time. And sometimes this Knight of Pentacles really talks about the need for patience before they can communicate. And they're worried about your patience for that. They're worried about your reaction to that wait. We have, you make me want to do bad things on the back of that deck. group 3, please. What do they think of you? I want to start over. Where are you and where have you been? And we also have, I'm addicted to you in this connection. The 15, the Devil cards, we saw one on the back of the deck just a moment ago as well, can be a card of a bit of obsession, a little bit of someone who can't release. I'm trying to decide what to do. I can see you, I am watching. I just saw you are everything as well. Whoops. Lord, I will never stop hoping for us. My reputation is important to me. And then we have this, I'm sorry, I'm done. And the back of this deck says, I work to distract myself. Let's get a charm bowl for you, group number 3. The person on your mind, what do they think about you in the charm bowl, please, Spirit? What are they thinking about group number 3? The Rhino Spirit is really speaking to me too about the obstacles that this person could be facing on a personal level as well, and how they have the capacity, the ability, and the strength to overcome anything if they just believe that of themselves, and perhaps again reach out for help. Whoops, missed it. Interesting, we have the 10 of Swords because we have the I'm sorry, I'm done card, which was my inspiration for that card, was the 10 of Swords. Somebody who has an over-the-top emotional response to disappointment or pain, somebody who could potentially be in some type of depression, so take that as it resonates. We have the Temperance card, and it's kind of coming out sideways, and we have the Ace of Pentacles, which is this new opportunity, a desire for communication, but it's like they're starting to give up a little bit of hope because they're stuck in a little bit of a negative mindset. And the Temperance card is that call for balance within them. So an interior balance, a need for healing, and the desire from them towards you to physically come together, to mix together. And it is a reminder too that these things take time. You know, Temperance is all about patience. We had that Knight of Pentacles, and I feel like if this person is to reach out to you, it will take quite a while for them to do so. So take that as it resonates. Let's get some charms for you. Pile number 3. Oh, we have one of my cards in here, so we'll put those away. In the bowl today, we have the letter V, we have the letter R. We have V twice, and Y, and E. We have special. We have baby shark, so there could be children involved, or also somebody who, you know, needs to be aggressive. We have the seahorse going with the flow. We also have the stegosaurus. I think of little boys when I see the stegosaurus, or something that is extinct. We have an angel here. It says, angels watching over me. An arrow. We have the chain, so insecurities or things that hold us back, addictions. We have the shoe. We do have the big empty heart. I think about the King of Cups with the big empty heart and somebody who feels loneliness or feels a depletion of love. We also have the owl looking at things from a higher perspective, and we have the tree of life. So somebody who could have a family in place, something that is deeply rooted, a very long-term connection or a long stemming connection from the past. We also have the handsaw, so a slow ending to something, a slow burn, or the need for patience as well. All right, group 3, that's what I have for you today. I hope that it resonated. If it did, I would love to hear your story in the comment section. I would love for you to subscribe to the channel and hit your notification bell as well, so that I can enter you in for a chance to win a free reading with me. You can check out my Instagram page for a chance to win a free mini read, and you can check out my Etsy account for a chance to have a personal reading. If you go there and it's empty, it just means I have sold out from the previous day, but I will update it daily, so keep checking back. But I really hope that you come back here for another day at the Tarot Cottage, and I hope that you have a very beautiful day today. Take care.